Sure if he was or not.
Indeed.
I know that
And
I would not. I know that I would not, in fact, without an X-ray, but I'm not quite sure what was done there.
All right, let me just make a point. I do not know that Donovan McNabb was given any pain, and I used a hypothetical that was sort of, I mean, obviously was similar to...
Furious after a judge releases an accused cop shooter. We'll find out why she did it. And freedom of speech under fire at Harvard. You won't believe this one. Caution, you're about to enter a no-spin zone. The Factor begins in 90 seconds.
The Senate gives the nod to the Homeland Security bill. Good evening, everyone. I'm Donna Fiducia. And senators approved the measure tonight by a vote of 90 to 9.
Watching us tonight, we'd like to welcome our new viewers in Chicago. Watching on AT&T Broadband, we hope you like The Factor. Al Gore is the subject of this evening's Talking Points memo. He and his asking public schools to accommodate their religion. An interesting move considering the intensity of the war on terror. Joining us now from Washington is one of the women leading the charge, Samira Hussein, who has 3 children in Maryland public schools. Ms. Hussein, what exactly do you want?
Good evening, and thanks for the opportunity. I would like my children to be treated just like their classmates treated. We celebrate Jewish holidays and Christian holidays, and for our children, they have to go to school, not just go to school, and they have to be tested on those days. Like this year, the state of Maryland scheduled the functional test. That's a requirement for graduation. It's scheduled on Eid Day, which is the end of Ramadan Day. This is something, it's unacceptable because our children, they are confused because they need to pick between their religion and between their education.
Right. Now, you know that Islam in the United States is a minority religion, not many Muslims here. And if we make this accommodation for you and your religion, then wouldn't we have to do the same for the Hindus and the Shintos and the Rastafarians and a lot of other religions that are not real prominent in America, but they do exist? Wouldn't we have to do the same thing for everyone?
And why not? I mean, if we
Well, because nobody go to school then. I mean, if there was every Buddhist holiday, Hindu holiday, Muslim holiday, Rastafarian holiday, everybody got that off, and everybody got special treatment because of that in the public school.
No, we do accommodate Christian students and
Christian are minority.
students.
They're the majority, though, you see.
But we accommodate Jewish students as well, and Islam is a sister religion. Our Muslim students should be treated as equal as their classmates.
Okay, but you don't.
Children.
We don't get the Jewish holidays off. I mean, Jewish students are able.
In
to
Montgomery
take
County, we do.
Which they don't get Hanukkah off.
The Hanukkah is not. We get Yom Kippur and Rosh Hashanah off, and the spring break is adjusted to accommodate the whole Passover holiday.
Mm-hmm. All right, well, that's a good point. If they do accommodate the Jewish religion, which is a minority in this country as well.
Because they work very hard for it.
All right, but we can't give you a month off for Ramadan. I mean, maybe a day. But look, here's what I would do.
We're
would
not
this be
asking
acceptable
for Ramadan
you?
off. Ramadan, in Muslim countries, we didn't even get Ramadan off. I mean, no one with their right mind would ask for Ramadan off.
Would this be acceptable to you? If I were the school superintendent, I would say you have an option to come to school that day, and if you don't, that's okay. We'll give you another day to make up a test or whatever. Would that be okay?
No, it's not, because our children already lose time when they take off to celebrate with their families, and this is a religious holiday.
Well, I'm not giving you the religious holiday from the superintendent. I'm not going to do it. Well, all right, let's move along. What do you want? What do you want as far as diet is concerned? What do you want there?
The diet is, we would like an alternative to the main menu, because many of us, we don't eat pork, and many products on the menu will have pork or pork product. But I'm pleased to say in Montgomery County, we did lobby the county, and they changed that. They put a star next to, I mean, should be a picture of a pig maybe, but a star next to any pork product. Just like
well, that's fair. I'm glad they did it. How many Muslims are in Montgomery County where you are?
Well, it's very hard to do, because we're not classified as one category.
Well, the census, the county census, you ought to know how many there are. That's not hard to get.
Well, the census, no, only from just counting, we have 6 mosques in Montgomery County.
6 mosques? All right, so you got maybe 1,000. All right, what about the praying?
1,000? We have about 4% in Montgomery County, which is the population is about 900,000.
All right.
So I would say about 34,000 Muslims live in Montgomery County. And those are the people who are mosque goers and Sunday school goers. And we're not counting the ones who don't have to.
All right, I don't mind the diet thing, that's fine. What about the praying? What do you want with the praying?
The praying, any prayer will take 5 to 7 minutes. We wash, and we just go to any private corner, office, anywhere. We're not asking to have.
Well, what do you want to do? Do you want to interrupt classes for the prayer, or what do you want them to do? You only
No.
get like 3 minutes between classes, you know?
Well, the students can make arrangements with their individual teachers, and they can pray, because the prayer is not. Yes, maybe if we pray between 12 and 2:30, that's the noon prayer, they can adjust that with their own teacher.
But why should they? There's no praying in public schools anyway. You're not allowed to say God and the Pledge of Allegiance in some places.
Well,
so why should they have prayer
it's
mats
their right.
in places for you to pray in a public school?
It's their rights. They can pray. They can pray as long as
They
do
can
not.
pray to themselves, but they can't pray in a school-sponsored event. They can't
As
do
long
that.
as they do not disturb others, and as long as they do not interrupt.
Yeah, but if they're out in
the
the prayer
class.
mat in between classes, come on, everybody be looking at them. You know that. What if I
Well-
want to go? I'm a Catholic. What if I want to go to confession in 5th period? They'll let me do that. You know.
Well,
what I mean?
that would be great. I think.
No,
that
it wouldn't be great. They're not going to let me do that, Ms. Hussein. This is
Well-
a secular society. You know,
Well,
look,
we're-
you ought to
you
have
know-
you ought to have a private school if you want to do all this. I'll
Well,
give you the last word.
Private schools do, but also public schools. It doesn't mean that we cannot have a private moment with our God, our Creator.
You can have a private moment. You just can't be out in the hallway for 6 minutes while everybody's trying to get to class. All right,
well,
look.
we have other
summing
rooms
up,
that we can use.
I'm not giving you the holiday. I am going to give you the diet thing, and I'm not giving you the prayer. But we appreciate your point of view, Ms. Hussein. Thanks very much. Nice to see
Well,
you.
thank you for
Next on the
your
rundown.
generosity.
All right. I am a generous guy. You know that. Has Planned Parenthood gone too far in using a Christmas card to promote choice?